Welcome to Module 6 of our course in Intermediate Financial Accounting. This is all about, as the name suggests, revenue recognition. If you've taken an introductory course, you'll know the word that goes with revenue is earned. So we say, oh, we recognize revenue when it is earned. But what we learn in intermediate accounting is there are quirky, complicated situations where it makes it difficult to determine when the revenue is earned and maybe how much revenue has been earned. And I think a beautiful example of this complexity comes from this product that you can buy from Microsoft. It's an Xbox console. It's called the Xbox Series S. And what makes it complicated is it comes bundled with this product called Game Pass, and you get 3 months worth of Game Pass. And that Game Pass bundling makes revenue recognition tricky. So I want to walk you through this example, and to do it in intermediate accounting, we introduce this like 5-step revenue recognition concept, and let's take a look at this in 5 steps. So we're trying to figure out how much revenue is getting earned on this it's called the Xbox Series S starter pack. So how is Microsoft going to recognize revenue on sales of this product? So first, identify the contract. Okay, so let's just say a customer goes on Microsoft.com, buys it directly from them. Let's just make our life easy here. And you might say, well, there's not a contract, right? They didn't sign any pieces of paper, and that's what a contract is. Well, there's an implied contract. If I go on their website, I order the product from them, them having a website open is an invitation for me to do business with them. Me putting in my credit card and address and all that, that's me agreeing to do business with them. We have an implied contract. We'll get into this in the first problem of this chapter. It's like details of what makes a contract. But for here, suffice it to say, we've agreed to do business with each other. This is a contract. Identify the performance obligations. So here's where things get tricky. In intro financial accounting, we generally would just have one performance obligation and recognize our revenue from that. Here, Microsoft clearly has 2 performance obligations. One, they got to deliver the Xbox. That's performance obligation 1. And 2, they got to provide 3 months of Game Pass service. Game Pass service. Okay, so those are their 2 performance obligations, and I hope you're sort of predicting the problem here. And the problem is, I deliver the Xbox, the money's earned. I deliver the Xbox, the Game Pass money's not earned, and it's not going to be earned for the next 3 months. Oh, this is actually, there's something funky about that and accounting for it. So the performance obligations, again, I have 2. 1, deliver the Xbox, and 2, provide 3 months of Game Pass service. Determine the price. The price is what I pay for it. And let's say the price for these things, it's a variable. It depends if you get a deal or not. But let's say the price is $350 for the bundle. Now it says allocate the price to the performance obligations. And here there's a few options, but the easiest is if there's a market price for both of these items individually. And there is. They have a separate selling price that you can buy just the console and you can buy just the Game Pass. And here's the prices. So if I buy just the console, overall, I'm buying the bundle for $350. If I buy just the console, it's $300. If I buy 3 months of Game Pass, you might think, oh, that's got to be $50. No. It's $30 a month. It's $90. So you get a deal on the bundle, and that's pretty typical. You buy a combo, it's worth. You pay less. If you go to McDonald's and buy a burger and fries and a drink, it costs you less as a combo than it does when you buy them all separately. Well, same thing here, $390 for the separate parts, but it only is costing us $350. Okay, so allocate the price to the performance obligations. Here's how we're going to do it. We're going to say our Xbox, the standard selling price is $300, just the standalone selling price. The Game Pass the standalone selling price for what's in our bundle is $90. So the total value we're getting here as a customer is $390, but we're only paying $350 for the pleasure. We have to say, well, what percentage of that standalone selling price belongs to the Xbox and what percentage should apply to Game Pass? And we'll just do percentages here. So we go, well, it's going to be 300 out of 390 belongs to the Xbox. Maybe I'll draw arrows, not equals. And 90 out of 390 is attributable to Game Pass. So 300 divided by 390, we'll call it 76.9% of this revenue is Xbox revenue. 90 divided by 390, 23.1% of this revenue is Game Pass revenue. And then I say, well, okay, well, I didn't earn $390 in revenue. I only earned, as Microsoft, I'm only going to earn $350. So 76.9% of the price of the bundle is $350. And 23.1% goes to Game Pass. So let's do the math here. 0.769 times 350, 260. I'm just going to round to the nearest dollar. $269 of this belongs to the Xbox, and 0.231 times 350, $81 of this belongs to Game Pass. And if you add that up, that's our $350 in revenue. So that's the trickiest step here, and maybe the least intuitive, but that's the type of thing we're dealing with in intermediate accounting. We're saying there's more complex transactions that a company can get themselves into, and how we account for the revenue really matters. So we would say, okay, 269 goes to Xbox, and 81 goes to Game Pass. And here's why this is important. As soon as I ship the thing, I've earned the Xbox revenue, right? So let's just say it's the day after I've shipped the product out, or the customers received the product. Let's even be more precise about it. The customers received the product. They're happy with it. I've earned that $269 on like day one. This $81, this is not even revenue yet. This is unearned revenue until the 3 months is up, right? We're going to earn this revenue a month at a time as that subscription expires. So very different accounting treatment for the two deliverables in this bundle. And knowing how to do it is important, right? One of them's a liability, one of them's a revenue after the product ships. That's that's a tricky concept, and that's something we have to be careful to get right. So that's the new element of intermediate financial accounting. The final step here, recognize revenue as the performance obligations are satisfied. So I ship the product, I recognize $269 in Xbox revenue. Each month, I'm going to recognize, I guess it's $27 of Game Pass revenue, right? There's 3 months, so 27 in month 1, 27 more in month 2, and 27 more in month 3. And by the end of 3 months, then I recognize all $81 in Game Pass revenue, but I can't do it right away. Okay, that's it for our intro video. We'll go through lots of examples of quirky revenue recognition situations this chapter. I can't wait to get started. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now. The next video in our series is right up here, and if you want a supercut of all of the videos in this series, that's the one down below.